Hello, and welcome to Conversations Worth Your While, a show in which I chat with authentic, heart-centered experts about really interesting topics that will spark, inspire, and motivate personal and professional change. Today, we have a super interesting topic. We're talking about an unexpected synergy that will lead to business success, but I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag just yet. And here's the reason that this conversation is worth your while. Because you've been entrusted by the universe with a vision, and it's resulted in you running a business that you know matters to the world. So today we're going to share a secret. This is a secret that's available to everyone. It's for how to successfully give your gifts to the world and make great money in the process. Intrigued? Well, stay tuned because that's what we're talking about today. So I'm Linda Bucher. I am a transformative speaker and a trainer and a master certified life coach and a podcaster and an author and a bunch of other stuff because I refuse to choose. And I have been entrusted by the universe with a vision. And my vision is to help people to know their worth, to see themselves, to be themselves, to unlock their gifts and their purposes, and to make a splash in the world. And the reason that I am doing this, the reason that's even bigger than me, is because I truly believe that the splashes that each one of us make ripple in the world. And if we are each aligned with those gifts and we are making big, beautiful ripples, those ripples have an impact and they lead to a positive legacy of change in the world. And we can each do our part when we're aligned. And if that is making you go, ooh, then I'd love to talk with you. And you can just hop onto my website, lindabucher.com, and click any of those pink buttons that says chat with Linda and set up a little 20-minute chat with me because I'd love to talk to you about it. So today, I have the pleasure of being joined by Kristin Hadley. She is an intuitive life and business coach and animal communicator. What? And she's making positive ripples in a very unique way. So Kristin, welcome. How are you today?
I'm great, Linda. Thanks. Thanks for having me on.
Ooh, I'm so excited to have you on. I know we got some good stuff today we're going to be talking about. But before that, can you tell us a little bit more about what you do and who you serve, how you are making positive ripples in the world?
Sure. Yeah. Like you said, I am an intuitive life and business coach. I'm also an animal communicator, and I work mostly with women, entrepreneurs who are healers, who have healing businesses, and I help them align their energy, their mindset, and feel build their confidence, align with nature, using animals and nature as a guide, as well as to package what it is that they do and price it in a way that is they can make great money. Cat walking by. They can make great money, and really make an impact in the world, make an impact for their clients. Because when I mean, the healing arts are so powerful and so necessary in making this world a better place, that when healers are doing their magic and bringing it forward, planet will heal. So
Right. Oh, it is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. So I mentioned earlier that you and I and many of our listeners have been entrusted by the universe with a vision. And it's kind of our duty and responsibility to get that vision out into the world. You and I are both healers and we're both helping people to get into alignment with that vision and purpose, the reason that we're here. So today we're going to share a secret. It's so exciting, that's available to everyone. And it is a secret that is an unexpected synergy that's going to lead to business success. So let's first start off of talking about the challenges that business owners, especially healers, have, right? Healers often, now I have a master's degree in business and I worked in the corporate world for about 25 years. And so I thought that when I opened my coaching practice, which is a holistic, type healing, right, business, that, oh, this is going to be easy. I know all this other business stuff. And it was like a whole different ball game. And because I didn't, before having my own business, I I didn't recognize that there were going to be points in the business where I didn't have enough clients, or points in my business where I didn't have a direction. I didn't know what was going to happen, or points in my, as a business owner, that were going to be places where I just butt up against a great wall of resistance. These are some really big challenges that business owners, whether you are well-versed in business or if you are just, you're an expert in your healing arts and not business, it doesn't matter either way. These are challenges that everybody butts up against. What type of challenges do you hear from your clients?
Yeah, for sure. I think, because when you have a healing business, it's an extension of you. It's not a corporate name. It's not your title. It is an extension of you. Therefore, the life and business go together, right? And so I think many, like you said, many healers come into owning their own business without it having any concept of business or really being clear about their relationship with money. So women tend to undercharge, they tend to over deliver and overwork and not really own their value, and the value of that impact that they create. So that's a big, broad topic, right?
It is. I feel like I spent like 5 years in that, the first 5 years of my profession as a coach, in that exact place, like thinking, I don't know what to charge for me. That seems like too much. But when my money mindset was out, that's too much for, 90 minutes of coaching. I wasn't even looking at it the right way. And I was making it all about my ego and all about me, and, not understanding the value of the transformation. I needed to look at it differently. And then I needed to see, what's my relationship with money, right? And what was I taught by my parents? And how do I show up? Am I a stingy spender, or am I a joyful spender? Am I a and even earning, does earning feel good, or does it feel like what was my energy when someone says, oh, I'd love to work with you, how much do you charge? Was my energy like, well, I charge this much, so it's a big difference. Our money mindset, our money energy, right?
Absolutely. And that whole, like, healers as in general, I think, it's spiritual work that we do. It's beautiful natural work that we do. And somehow along the way, someone said it should be for free or not very much at all, because it's not a necessity, right? However, I don't know. I don't like walking around out of alignment. I don't like walking around when my energy is not congruent, right? When I'm not healthy, when I'm not, all cylinders functioning, firing. So, I think it's been, the healing arts have been undervalued, underpriced for sure. So that's one area of resistance. I think I mentioned too, just confidence sometimes, and here's another one, going from doing hour by hour by hour to having a package offer, being able to bring people in to work with you and really give them a transformation that you and I know you cannot do in one 50-minute session, right? And so, there are lots of challenges, and then that ties in with overworking and undercharging and all the things. So, yeah.
Absolutely. But I will tell you, and I'll tell our audience, because I know you know this for sure, when someone is finished, when they've gone through a life-changing transformation at whatever price that is, $10,000, they're always like, oh, but it was worth like $100,000. They don't know that beforehand. They have to trust. They have to trust that they've asked the universe for transformation, some type of a change, right? And that they have to trust that it's going to be delivered to them. And they, it's the confidence of like, yes, I am worth this transformation, because the world deserves the best version of me, right? So I'm going to get myself there, whatever it takes. And you and I have both done that personally. We take our clients through that, and but a lot of people are like, wait, what am I going to expect? What is, and then their own issues with money or whatever stop them a lot of times from even working with a coach. So that's a tough nut to crack for some people as well, is that, am I worth investing in myself because I've been entrusted by the universe to do something bigger than where I've been allowing myself to be?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and all of those pieces, that is all part of alignment, right? Aligning your mindset, aligning your money beliefs, aligning your relationship with money, aligning your own value, aligning your pricing with that,
Oh, yeah.
and what it is that you're offering that is aligned. Because let's face it, you have to benefit too. Otherwise, you're not having a business, you have a hobby,
Right. And then you have to get another job, and then you can't even do the thing you're here and meant to be doing because you can't support yourself.
That's falling out of flow, right?
Oh, yeah.
When flow doesn't come back to you, you're out of flow. And we know what happens when things stop flowing. It's a log jam. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, so we want to share with our audience today that there is an unexpected synergy for business success. And we have alluded to this like it's unexpected. However, people might have a little inkling based on what you do specifically. So everybody, drum roll, please. The unexpected synergy for business success is that we can use examples in nature to see our businesses differently and to do business differently. That's what's unexpected. Now, don't take my word for it, because we have Kristin here as well, and she's got some cool examples. So if you like metaphors, you're going to love some examples that she's going to come up with here. So Kristin, what are some examples in nature, and how can we use them to see our businesses differently and to do business a little differently?
Sure. So let's take the example of, I like the example of like an orchard or a garden or any kind of really an ecosystem in nature, but we'll use the garden example. And it's so in believing in your business, right? Like if you plant a garden, you believe that it's going to grow. You put the seeds in and you invest the time, then nurture them, it's going to grow. And then these beautiful flowers or vegetables or fruits or whatever grow. And that's the abundance, right? Well, our business can be the very same thing. And those plants never doubt that they are going to evolve into this gorgeous thing, right? This usable, consumable, amazing thing. They never doubt that. We in our business, we doubt our offerings all the time, right? The plants have their offering. We have our offering. The plant says, I'm going to be a beautiful strawberry plant. Never a doubt. We say, oh my gosh, but I'm not doing it like she does. Or, oh my gosh, I don't have the experience that so-and-so does. Or, oh my gosh, is anybody really going to believe in me? Right. And we can lean on the example of these amazing, beings in nature, animals and plants, who just trust their innate purpose. You as a healer, as a business owner, you have been, the universe whispered in your ear and said, take this and run with it. You need to create this. It will help everyone, it will help the planet. And animals in nature, they don't do that doubt, Mm-hmm. Here's another example. I think of it's winter here. It's coming winter here, and sometimes in our businesses we go through periods of needing patience, right? Whether it's a time when you are in creation mode, before you move into selling mode, or it's a time when you've been in selling mode and things are kind of slowing down, and you just really need patience. So many women entrepreneurs and healers, they bail before they reach success, and they are just this shy of feeling that success and making that money that says you can do this and you can stay in this, right? Well, I think of the trees. I think of the trees who, in the wintertime, they lose their leaves. They have to endure some really, terrible weather. And they're patient. They don't quit. They don't bail. They don't give up. They don't die. They're patient and they wait. And they trust. Like, so much of entrepreneurship also is trusting. So much of manifesting is trusting. When you set a goal, when you have a desire, you put your energy into it, you think about it, you start living it and feeling it, and then you just have to trust that it's coming to you. And the trees are an example of nature, in nature that do that, and it's really simple. It could be so simple. And we as humans, we make these things so hard. And can I just give one more example, Linda?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This example brings in an animal, because often the women that I coach will say, I just don't know where to find clients. I just don't know where to find clients. I don't know how to attract clients. I don't know who is my ideal client. And that keeps them stuck and not doing and not showing up. and not reaching out or not inviting people in. And I think of a bear, right? A bear, when a bear wakes up from hibernation, the bear has a need. The bear has to eat, right? He has lost like 20% of his body weight over winter. He has to eat. He doesn't sit there and say, I don't know what to eat. I don't know where to go to find what to eat. I'm not sure if there will be any there. I'm just going to sit here. He doesn't do that. He gets moving. He wanders out of his cave, and he starts eating, and he's walking, he's moving, he finds things. The answers appear because he got into motion, he got into action, and he trusted that he had this drive, which is the universe whispering your business in your ear. I'm going to help people this way. And he started moving. So those are just 3 little examples. I've got like 10 million.
I bet. Yeah. Well, those are really beautiful examples. And the bottom line of those are trust, be patient, and move in the face of uncertainty.
Yes.
That's really the 3 things. So, okay. So here's what we want to do today. This is going to be a fun little exercise using nature. And for our listeners, you can do this as you're listening. Okay. So our fun little thing here is a little bit of a pragmatic approach. Okay. So now that you can see your business a little differently, oh, if I see it like this, I can do this. What am I not doing? If I see it through this, what am I not doing? And actually that reminds me of a little exercise that I have given clients, and I've used myself. It's actually really kind of fun. You can look at a funny animal video of the animal having a struggle of something. And you do that right as you're thinking you're in the midst of a struggle. So don't try to focus on your own problem. Go watch a silly, funny animal video. And if you're going to tell that animal something and it could understand English, well, how would you solve that problem for that animal, right? So I remember one time I was watching this, hilarious video about some bear cubs that were trying to get up on a hammock. And one would get up, and then when the next one got up, the whole thing would flip over and they'd get off. They fall off, right? So you just want to say, be like, okay, because if Mama Bear just held this here and this, like some teamwork, some whatever, right? And then you can, once you have that answer for that animal, you could say, how can I use that answer that I came up with for my own problem? So it's another kind of fun little way to do that. But let's take people through today another exercise that they can do while they're listening. And this one involves using the earth elements. Okay, because it's going to help. We're going to talk about how to trust, what to do next, and then what to do. Okay, so let's talk about these elements. The first element is water. So Kristin, what does water represent? And now everyone, you can be thinking metaphor for my business. Okay, so water. Tell us about water.
Sure. I mean, the element of water, first of all, it's necessary, right? That can reflect both for your business being necessary or necessary things in your business. But water and water can run very deeply. Water represents flow and ease. And when you think about water is very persistent. It does not say no to much. If Mother Nature wants her waterway to flow in this direction, it's usually going to go that way, or it will move around whatever the obstacle is, or it will dissolve the obstacle. So water is about flow, staying in flow. Water can also be about power, having power, the ocean and rivers and rapids and waterfalls. There's a lot of power demonstrated there. So.
Okay, beautiful. So listeners, if any of that with your business resonated, if you're looking for flow or ease or finding an easy path or persistence or dissolving some obstacles or finding some power, just keep that in your mind for a moment as we move on. Let's talk about the fire element.
I love fire. Fire changes things in form, right? So fire, moves things from solid to liquid to gas. And so fire is a real shapeshifter, right? And fire can also, it's powerful. And fire doesn't wait, right? Like fire just says, I'm here, boom, I'm gonna burn, It doesn't wait. It starts with a spark. It's like instantaneous. So fire in nature, the sun, it represents fire, right? And the sun provides warmth and light and life really for us. If we didn't have it, we would die, you know? So fire can also be seen as, I think of like the eternal flame, you know, and kind of, and sometimes it's the heart of your business, right? Like you have a fire, you have a desire, you have a reason that you started that fire can be represented there in your business as well.
Beautiful. Excellent. That's great. Okay. Now let's go to the element of air.
I think of air as like limitless, you know, and expansive. It can represent freedom. It can represent speed and real quick shifts. You know, there's no resistance when it comes to the air element. It can, you know, it can be still and soft. It can be extremely forceful. But I think of quick change. I also think of receiving when it comes to air. And sometimes in our businesses and as women, we have a hard time receiving money, receiving abundance, taking compliments, receiving compliments, receiving our own worth, right? And air, when you think about breathing in, it's a practice of receiving each and every breath that we take. The more mindful we are of it, we can become more aware of receiving. So air can absolutely assist you in receiving.
Okay, beautiful. So listeners, again, if any of these qualities are like really resonating with you, just keep those in mind because we're going to tell you what to do with them in a moment. And the final earth element is earth, actually. Well, earth. Okay, so tell us a little bit about earth.
Sure. Earth represents all things physical, right? Earth represents stability and groundedness, again, abundance, and nurturing. You know, Mother Earth gives us what we need. Mother Gaia gives us all that we need, and there is so much of that available for us here. Earth, you know, it does represent the physical form. So, you know, even though your business is maybe a healing business or a virtual business, there is that physical aspect of your business, the pieces that you need to have in place. I think of having an environment that is conducive for you to do this wonderful thing that you do. So often, many of my clients, they're working out of their bedroom or off the kitchen table, or, you know what I mean? So that physical space. I also think of earth. Earth can represent, earth is money. You know, money is a tangible thing in our lives as humans, but you know, money is a spiritual element, right? It's value. It represents so many things, and earth is the actual earth can represent the actual manifestation of money, so that you can have the things and do the things that you want to do. I think the other piece of the last one I'll say about earth is when I said nurturing, it's also, you know, taking care of you. You are the earth of your business, right? If you're not taking care of you, then, you know.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So thank you for sharing a little bit more about how we can think of each of these elements and what they represent. So for our listeners, if something really resonated with you, you know, in any of those areas, that is a really good sign of where to go next, what to do next, what might be in your way, what you really feel intuitively that your business needs. So, you know, now the next thing we're going to say is we're going to share with you like what you can actually do. Okay, depending on what resonated. So if water resonated with you, if you really want to flow, ease, finding an easy path, you know, you'd like to call on some persistence, you want to dissolve the obstacles, and you want to like be in your power, right? So what's something that they could do right now today if water feels like the next intuitive thing for you to as an element for addressing in your business?
So I'll answer that in two ways, because the first, you know, part of the ease of the elements is, you know, actually bring the element of water to your work. Like, go fill up a glass or a beautiful vase of water. Take a drink of water, right? Like, bring it into your experience, first of all. That's why they're here, right? So embody it. And then, you know, I'll just, it's hard to diagnose and say what to do if I don't know what exactly their problem is. But, you know, like, allow yourself to, let's say you have 3 things that you need to make a decision about, or 3 choices. You need to choose one of 3 choices to, finish your website, or write the blog, or I don't know, write your new calendar or whatever, right? And just be with water for the moment, and then go with which one's going to maybe make the greatest impact, which one is going to dissolve the weight of that to-do list, or which one is the easiest one to flow into. And that is one way, just kind of picking out of the air here, about how to incorporate the element of water.
Oh, I love that. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, so there's your homework, you water folks. If our listener really felt like fire, like the shapeshifter, the power of fire, it's instantaneous. It starts with a spark, right? It's eternal. It's the heart of our desire. If they feel intuitively that is the place where they need to have a little focus, then what are some things they can do right now?
Okay. So first, again, incorporate the real element of fire, light a candle, turn on your fireplace, and just be with that intuitively for a moment, and have that energy of fire with you. And then, fire doesn't procrastinate. Fire doesn't wait. It sparks like that, no time lag, and it just starts flaming and burning. So I would incorporate the element of fire and be really honest with myself and say, what am I procrastinating on? What am I not making a decision about? What am I sitting here hemming and hawing about? And, not making a decision is like the biggest energy zapper ever. Oh, so procrastinating, it'll kill you. It'll kill your business. So incorporating the element of fire physically around you, and then making the decision and taking action, just like firewood. Like I just feel it kind of like under my feet and around me, and saying, just do it. The next best thing will evolve, right? You're going to change something by stepping into action. Fire changes things.
Fire changes things. Beautiful. So if you're feeling like you intuitively know you need to change something, then that's how you do it. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's go to the air element. So the air is limitless. It's expansive. It represents freedom, right? These quick shifts. It can be soft or it could be shifty, right? It's about receiving, about permission. So if this feels intuitive to you, that this is something, an element for you to bring in, how can we do that? And what should we do with that?
I love this, right? So first, air is available all around you all the time. That's why we're alive. That's how we're alive. I would initially just check in with the air outside in nature, wherever you are. Maybe it's a warm breeze, maybe it's a blustery day and it's blowing, but take that connection that you have as, okay, I need the soft, gentle breeze energy today in some way, and then take that in for yourself or for your business, or being softer for yourself. The other thing, or if it's the blustery day and it's really blowing and it's forceful, then how do I need to be more forceful around making a decision, or in my business, or stepping up as an expert in my field, right? The other thing I just want to say about air is back to what I was saying about receiving. So often the energy that we hold around money keeps us from receiving money, right? Like our blocks, the only thing standing between us and being really successful financially and emotionally and physically, mentally, all of it, is our thoughts. And practicing breathing and receiving, and with every breath, like open your window. That's what I would do. I would check in with the air outside and breathe in, actively receiving. I serve, I deserve. I receive what is available and right for me. And just practice that. It can be so soothing and inspiring. Do that for 5 minutes. Get back to it.
Beautiful. Can you just say that little thing again? I serve, I deserve.
I serve, I deserve. I receive what is right and good for me, or what is right and next for me. I don't know what I said. I say a lot of things, but make your own mantra, right? I serve, I deserve. I breathe, I become. I receive, I am. I receive what is good for me. I'm in flow. any of that. And it just really resets. And I talked about alignment in the beginning, and it just really resets your alignment.
Mm,
You have clarity, right?
right. Totally. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. And our final element is earth. All things physical, right? Stability, grounding, abundance, nurturing. In nature and in the earth is everything that is ever needed. And there's cycles and it just works like a beautifully well-oiled machine the way it's supposed to work. So how can we use this element if for someone who notices intuitively that those are the things that they know they need to move their business forward?
Yeah. Well, first I would suggest feel your feet on the ground. Put your hands on the desk, the chair, the table, your own body. Your body represents earth as well, right? And just feel yourself there. You're safe, you are grounded, even if you don't feel grounded, right? You're safe. You really do have all that you need right now in this moment. And just feel into that first. And then I would listen to the needs and wants that I have, or that I have for my business, or maybe that my business is telling me that it needs, right? And I would look at because earth is about nurturing. It's a foundation. It's under all of us, right? Maybe your business needs some nurturing. Maybe it needs some foundations. Maybe, it's about investing in yourself and getting coaching. Maybe it's upgrading something in your business. I know people who are working off of a, 2009 iPad and it doesn't work. Like maybe, it's okay. I think it's okay to invest in your business. The energy of that is it just flows. It rolls right back on out, right? And I think too, sometimes when women are struggling around their value and with money blocks or whatever in their business, they get into this constricted kind of phase, right? Where they don't want to invest, or they don't feel worthy of investing in themselves, right? Because they haven't made 100K yet, or whatever it is. But that constricted phase, that's not the earth. The earth is about growth. The earth is about, we all stem from the earth. Grass grows, flowers grow, trees grow, waves evolve. And it's about expansion. So resisting that sometimes that tendency to constrict and hold back and hide, or not show up, or not invest in yourself. I think the earth can really remind us that we do have all we need, and step out, walk on the earth, take the next step, and blossom. Give yourself what you need. Give yourself the nourishment and the nurturing, and abundance will follow.
I love that. I love that. Beautiful. Kristin, this has been such a beautiful conversation. And I know it's been worth my while, and I'm sure it's been worth the while of each of our audience members. So I want to thank you so much for being a guest on Conversations Worth Your While. And I know that you do have something on your website that might be of interest to the listeners here with us today. So if you would share that, then I will tell everyone ahead of time what Kristin shares. I will put in the show notes. So you'll be able to click directly to get it. So tell us a little bit about what you have.
Sure. Yeah, it is it's a PDF of nature-inspired money affirmations. Because money is natural. The flow of money, it's a natural thing. Animals in nature don't need money. We as humans do. But abundance is the natural flow in nature, and money represents that abundance. So sometimes it's easier to receive money and think about money and develop a healthy money mindset when you can see the parallels in nature. And so the 30 nature-inspired money affirmations, they're really beautiful, and they really align with nature, with money, and with women.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. Thank you so much. That's a very lovely gift for our listeners today. So I want to thank you so much for being a guest on Conversations Worth Your While. And I would like to thank our listeners as well. I'm sure they got a lot out of this today. Once again, I am Linda Bucher, a speaker and a trainer and a master certified life coach. And I am on a mission to inspire and impact millions of people to know their worth and to share their gifts, deliberately creating big, beautiful ripples that make positive shifts in the world and leave a legacy of that. So if you feel a little stuck or unworthy or unfulfilled or out of alignment in your life or career, just go to my website, lindabucher.com, click on the chat with Linda, and we'll just talk. We'll actually talk because I love to do that. So this has been a wonderful episode of Conversations Worth Your While. I'd like to thank the audience. I'd like to thank Kristin Hadley, the intuitive life and business coach and animal communicator. So you can connect with her. I'll put that stuff in the show notes if that's interesting to you. And until next time, please subscribe and make sure that you've made this conversation worth your while by fueling the spark that it ignited.
Thanks, Linda.